And hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Adam Andrew Rios reporting live from Whiteface, Texas. I am on the ground in Texas right now, bringing you all the hot topics that we are prepared for.
Adam,
Welcome back, Adam.
Adam, we have missed
Hey.
you.
I heard it's a bum.
Oh,
I heard it was a bum bitch's birthday, and you back. How you
yes, it was. I'm good. You know, just in Texas, spending time with the fam bam. But yeah, just here chilling.
How
What?
old are you?
Oh, 33. I'm in my Jesus year now.
Oh, we thought that.
Okay,
Welcome,
come on,
welcome,
Jesus here.
welcome.
But anyway, guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of Pride the Podcast. I'm so excited to be back joining y'all. I am Adam Andrew Rios.
I'm Ashley Mitchell.
I'm Mr. Braden Bradley.
And I'm Darrell Anthony.
And we're so
And
grateful, Adam, that you are on the ground in Texas.
Yas Queen. Yeah, it's been an experience these last 2 weeks, but you know, it is what it is.
I can't wait till you get back here in person. I mean, we did see you. Actually, I saw you like a week ago, but even then, I was just like, I ain't seen you in ages and don't know what you look like.
Pause.
Yeah, now.
Pause. That Desiree just texted us, said he's on, and now he's in the waiting room.
Sorry, we've moved on.
Right. Corey, do you mind being like, I mean, she just disregarded our email. We said we have a time schedule.
Sorry,
Like,
the studio,
dude, you're an hour late.
The studio closes at 9 p.m. and we have a whole episode to film.
Yeah.
Tell her we're already in the middle of filming our segment.
We'll be happy to reschedule if we feel it's time. Everything paused?
Yeah, I paused it.
Where'd we leave off?
I was like, ooh, where do we stop?
You said, Adam, I haven't seen you.
Yes, I haven't seen you, even though Ashley and I did see you.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't get was when you said, I feel like I don't know what you look like.
Okay, I'll start there. I'll just say I feel like I don't know what you look like. Ready? Sorry, that motherfucking fly just buzzed in the thing. Everybody
Yeah,
heard that?
I heard it. I was
heard
like,
too.
The motherfucker.
Like, dude, you're an hour late.
That's so disrespectful. I'm literally not even.
And just be like, he's on. And he was in the waiting room.
I'm
like,
sorry that you
Give a shit.
you got a 15-year-old running his PR, so I don't have time.
Oh,
Ready?
okay. Ready? I guess I can press the pause button.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even know what you look like, but it's great to virtually see you. You look out.
Yes. I bought a new beard trimmer, so I've been trying to keep up.
Oh, I was going to ask how you used it.
But yeah, so I will be back on Saturday.
Cannot wait.
And yeah, I'll be back Saturday night. And then I guess I'm leaving for LA in like another week. So
Wow, you're just the
Yeah,
ultimate
you know.
traveler.
And you'll get to hopefully see Teresita and Whitney.
What are you doing in LA? I don't even know.
shooting
What are you shooting?
the Rosa Parks stock that I'm working on.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Adam, for everyone out there, how does it feel being in Texas right now where COVID and white men have more rights than women?
Honestly, I haven't really left the house, so I haven't really had to engage.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because partially I'm just like, I don't want to go anywhere and then catch something before I leave and bring it home. And also just because it's like, I ain't got no money, so I don't need to be doing nothing.
Well, I mean, I was just making the point about women in Texas and what's going on about them infringing on the abortion rights. It's kind of crazy. It's really weird. This whole my body, my choice thing seems like for the Republican Party only applies to COVID, but like not telling women what to do with their bodies. I'm very, very confused. What are y'all thoughts about this?
Well, haven't you always been confused? Because they say that they're pro-life, but then they think that the death penalty is still like a sex.
Everything is to their advantage,
It's just
it caters to them.
a ton of hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
And it just makes them look like idiots. I don't get it.
It's like the meme I saw. It was like, my body, my choice, and it had a mask, and then it was the next to it was a uterus, and it said your body, my choice, and it's like, oh my god, that like just rings true.
Who is upset about the mask mandate is the first ones to support this abortion law. Like,
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting. And it's just like, I guess we're going back to the 1800s, and women are going to be getting abortions in alleyways and hurting themselves.
That's
and
the thing. Like, they think that they're like getting rid of abortions, but they're not.
They're not.
Like, women are going to have abortions. It's statistically proven they're going to have abortions because that's the right choice for them for whatever reason, but they have to go at it at the unhealthy and the unsafe way. So
it's
I don't understand. Like, do Republicans want people to be unsafe?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is their way of like.
And please believe that, like, politicians and people that get their mistresses pregnant, they will still be getting abortions in a hospital by a doctor.
The politicians' wives, daughters, and mistresses will still have access to abortion, so they can cover up their scandals.
Well, we know
Absolutely.
Well, you know how many alleged abortions that Rumpte, since we're doing Pig Latin from last week's episode, that Rumpte actually paid for and had to do. So for me, it's just really crazy. And like, even being there in Texas when we were there seeing Adam, it just has a different air about it. And I wish that I could take the people I love out of Texas and move them elsewhere. And it's so sad I feel that way, because I think that there are wonderful things about Texas. I think hospitality is great, but it's shrouded for now. I'm starting to realize that it's some of the hospitality in Texas shrouded in bullshit, because it's like, oh, we're doing this because we feel like we have to. Like, it's I don't know. It's hard for me to like get behind it and believe it anymore.
So I hate all of Texas.
I don't hate all of it. Because I love my family. I love my friends there. It's just really, and there are very few in both, actually. But it's just very difficult, and I feel really bad for the young teenage mothers and the people who don't have access to health care, who are, like Braden said, they're going to be in back alleys. They're going like this. Abortions will continue.
So how do you deal with the issue of loving your family even though they support conservatism or are Republican, or because that's my family and I don't know how to answer the question.
I have people in my family as well. It's like, which is even crazier because we're Black.
Right.
And it's just like, it's really difficult. It's like, am I going to not talk to my family because of their skewed views? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if it disrespects you directly, 100%.
Well, it comes down to, yes, the disrespect, but, you know, Ashley and I have been having this discussion about COVID and people not getting the vaccine and what you're willing to stand for. And if you have people who are making it their life's mission, they're posting and they're saying things that are misinformation, honestly, and they're spreading lies and propaganda, it's just like, I can't get behind that. Now, listen, I do understand that there are some people who physically they can't get the shot because of their blood. There's XYZ. I understand people who might need a little bit more education on it, but for people who are making it their life's mission to spread lies and get on social media and say like, it's putting out there it's going to kill all the Black people, then they're like, oh no, it's going to make you an alien, you're going to grow a horn, and then just the most outlandish, just like, oh, it's going to kill you by the end of the year, like just random things. I can't get behind that, and I do have to like honestly follow the Jennifer Aniston approach. I feel like in my thoughts, and like I have to decide who I'm going to want to be around and how I'm going to want to interact with people moving forward.
Yeah.
So I'm going home to Texas this weekend for my grandma's 70th birthday, and I'm surprising her. And there's going to be like all of like, of course, like immediate family, but then extended family of just all of the Christian religions, Presbyterian, Baptist, Methodist. What was the one? Episcopalian, and then what was the other one that I said earlier, Corey? I said the ones that just wear the denim skirts and. Anyway, so
Pentecostal.
Pentecostal, that's the one. Pentecostal. They're also different, but they're the same. They're still different. But there's going to be like a lot of different views, especially when it comes to the vaccine and COVID. And I'm extremely nervous because there's going to be like 30 of us, and I'm going to assume that maybe a third of us are vaccinated, and the rest are idiots and whatever. So this will be interesting. The party's technically going to be outside, but I'm kind of nervous because I'm like literally I'm more nervous going into this than if I was going into like a gay rave in New York City, knowing that they
Yeah.
were all vaccinated.
Well, yeah. I mean, like Ashley and I, when we went to Broadway Plus, I was happy to be there because every person in there was vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
I know that and a lot of people are like, well, that doesn't stop you from Delta, and I'm just like, okay, look, I get all of that, but like, you won't be in the house. Like, there are medical things about not dying or you don't get as sick. So I think that people really need to ease up. And the biggest thing about it is you're already vaccinated. Like, to go to public school, there are some vaccinations you have to take.
That's my biggest thing.
That's
It's
me
just like,
too. It's like
you're
you have
already
to be
vaccinated, baby.
vaccinated for the measles, for the mumps,
For
for
malaria and any of the
malaria,
other Oregon
hepatitis,
Trail
like-
diseases.
Not Oregon Trail.
Specific Oregon Trail diseases.
like what the fuck is what's stopping you from this vaccine?
it was politicized.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
Rumpte.
Rumte.
Ruptate.
And I can't stand it. You know what else I can't stand? That Rumpte has started since he brought in fucking what's his name, the new Supreme Court justice that's made it more Republican now, and that's given Texas the right to think that they can overturn Roe versus
Roe
Wade.
v. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's very interesting, and I have to say this. It's interesting how a lot of people, and I think Ashley said it earlier, like a lot of people, like the politicians and stuff, they're all vaccinated. Like,
Yeah.
Like Fox News gets on every day and talk about don't trust the vaccines, but yet they're all vaccinated. How do we know this? Fox News literally put out a thing that says all employees and XYZ have to be vaccinated. So the people I'm seeing on the screen, either they were lying, which is possible because it's Fox News, then they would have to be vaccinated. So I'm just like, so y'all are putting out misinformation, and these people are believing it and drinking the Kool-Aid. And I don't know if you guys heard what happened to Candace Owens, which I love. But Miss Owens, that's the first time I ever said Miss because I wanted to say something else. She, first of all, she was supposed to be having convention like a few weeks ago, and then she got sick and canceled the convention, but she didn't say she had COVID. People started suspecting she had COVID. She went to the top of a mountain, found service, tweeted out like, I ain't got COVID. This is a conspiracy theorist. I'm with my family, still unmasked, still unvaccinated. You sheep, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, bitch, you sick. So she snuck into a place to get, to get the COVID test. And they actually wrote a letter and said, listen, we are going to deny you because the fact of the matter is you're sitting here and you're disrespecting people who have gotten little to no pay. We've done all of this, and you are putting out misinformation about the virus. And Candace Owens, like, they are going against me because my politics. And I'm like, and then some people on Twitter was like, well, Candace is being judged, by her color and of her skin. And I'm like, Candace Owens is not judged by the color of her skin, but yet the content of her character. So I think that we need to be very clear to not twist something and say that it's because she's Republican or because she's putting out bullshit. And it's like, now the cat that ate the canary. So what you gonna do, sis? You can get that shit. Bye, Ashley.
Bye, Ashy.
Like, I can't. It's ridiculous. I think the whole situation that's going on is pretty bad.
Well, I read something today that was like all of these Republicans that are pulling all of these stunts, even though they're doing things that they believe in, vaccination, the whole Candace Owens example, they're all doing it to keep people that are oppressed in poverty, which all results into voter suppression because the Republicans want to stay in power, which is
Right.
just
They want, I mean, that ties back into the abortion laws. They want these people to have like their babies. They want their worker bees. If people had the choice to have abortions and make the choice for their body, then maybe they wouldn't have,
Yeah, they're scared of what would happen if the majority of people actually became successful, because then they would be put out of place.
I mean, we leave them in the dust, honestly.
I know. And what's wrong with that? Isn't that why our country was founded? Isn't that why that we
quote unquote
right? Like, isn't that what was supposed to happen? Is for everyone to have equal opportunity to success?
One would think, Brayden. One would think.
I don't understand it. Why do people hate people being successful?
But
I
when
don't
you-
get it.
But when you break it down, the bigger question is, why do people hate people who are marginalized being successful? Why do people hate when gay people are successful? Why do people hate, like Lil Nas comes to mind? Why do people hate when Black people are successful? Why do people hate when Spanish people are successful? Hispanic, like it, and when women are successful, the list goes on and on.
White
I mean,
men are scared.
they're scared, and it's particularly straight
Straight
white
men, sorry.
Straight
I
white
should've-
men.
I should've clarified.
Cisgender,
cisgender
straight white men.
and I mean, that's what's so special about our podcast. I mean, we have someone from every different walk of life.
Mhm.
And it's just very odd that people don't want that to be successful. I mean, I think about how many LGBTQ content and creators we struggle to get our voices out there and to be heard and to put all that out there because people are like, oh, we don't want to upset people. I mean, there's this thing going on in the soap world where they're like, we don't want to upset the grannies in the Midwest because they have LGBTQ characters on Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, and General Hospital. Not Bold and the Beautiful, even though they have a fashion house and no gays, but they don't showcase those characters. They're like, we don't want to upset people.
Well, they need to stop worrying about the consumer audience and start worrying about the advertisers.
That's what they should do,
Because the brands that are at least the big brands these days are, because they have social responsibility, are moving in the right direction of supporting inclusivity and equal rights and women and people
Mhm.
of color. And so that's what they need to be focusing on, is how they're going to keep them advertiser dollars.
Well, I hope so, because I mean, if not, then entertainment's going to completely go down.
Speaking of women and entertainment, Nia DaCosta is the first Black woman director to ever be #1 in the box office.
Yeah, for Candyman.
For
Yeah, for Candyman.
We went and saw it.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was
Like
great.
Jordan Peele really did a really great job with the movie, and I feel like he fine-tuned the holes in the first Candyman and like really modernized it, and like it was visually beautiful. I mean, a little gross too, but
Well, wasn't this like technically like a sequel?
It was.
it was.
Even though there
Okay,
were several sequels of Candyman, just not to confuse the audience. So,
right.
like Scream, just like Halloween, this is now a direct sequel, so it kind of cuts out everything that we've seen after the first Candyman. So
Mhm.
2, 3, 4, without all of it, kind of cuts those out.
Right.
I thought it was well done. Vanessa Estelle Williams has not aged one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanessa. So there are 2 Vanessa Williams. Everyone knows there's Miss America Vanessa Williams, and then there's
Well,
redacted. And then there's
She
also,
was- USA.
she's neither because she honestly, unfortunately. But I want to give her flowers while she can. I do love Vanessa Williams.
You better put some respect
No,
on Vanessa
how
Williams'
can you
name.
not
I do.
respect?
No, I respect
Vanessa
her.
Williams is one of the best.
Okay.
Legends, icon.
She literally is I love her Ebony Scrooge that she does every year for Christmas. It's great.
Yeah. I don't know about her Desperate Housewives, but
No, I love it.
No, I don't. We won't even discuss that. So anyway, I want to go back to Candyman.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
right.
okay.
But we're talking about the other Vanessa Williams that was in
Right.
Food and
the series and Days of
mhm.
Our Lives, and she is working, baby, and I love her.
Mhm.
She was great.
Yeah. So I had posted, or like a friend of mine posted on Instagram, like, "Oh, going to see Candyman, yada yada yada," and I
We've
asked
already said it, like,
afterward.
over 4 times. I'm getting
yeah,
Right.
we have one more time to say his name.
Oh my God. Ah.
Can we say something? Can we like
Right.
have like a
He who shall not be named.
yeah, or like C-Man or something? Like I don't need any of this shit showing up.
We're not in a mirror, so.
Right.
Shit,
True.
I'm looking at myself in my phone camera right now. We're gonna all start
But-
disappearing one at a time.
Anyways, Adam, what were you
Anyway,
talking about? He
so
who
but
shall not be named?
so yeah, so I was like, "Oh, how did you like it? Like, did you enjoy it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I liked it. You know, it was fun or whatever." But he's like, "Why did it have to have like oh shit, what did he say? Like it had to be like political, or it had to be like fuck.
White.
No, he wasn't. He was a Dominican. But he was like, why couldn't it just be a slasher movie? Like, why did it have to
It
be
is a
like
slasher movie.
It is
right? But he was like, I don't know. Basically, he was like, I didn't need that like pushed onto
Okay,
me.
well, has he seen the
So,
first
like-
one? Because the first one incorporates issues between Black and white people.
Absolutely. That's why I didn't reply, because I was like, I don't know, whatever.
I mean, here's the thing. In horror movies, black people experience a different type of horror than anybody. We go through a lot of horror. Okay, so when we have to incorporate that into movies, into films, Ashley and I are currently watching Batwoman, and they're
Mm-hmm.
doing a controversial storyline, and you have to be concerned when white people or whoever say that they don't like something because why did it have to get political, even if it's just teaching a lesson or educating in that matter. You have to like look at like the character of that person. It's like, all
Or
right,
just showing a different side.
Right. It's just like, why
Like,
can't you incorporate some sophistication
why can't you
into
just
a horror movie?
take a moment to think about another view?
yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
rather people say they don't like things when people say, well, why Ariel got to be black and why X, Y, Z? Now, listen, in the same respect, do I think that Hollywood is now trying to capitalize off of black pain, women pain, gay pain, and just saying, you know what, let's just make something that don't even make sense and put this in here and do this just to keep them quiet? There is a faction of Hollywood that's doing that. However, I do think we still have to support because, like I was saying again about Batwoman, Javicia Leslie, who's playing the new black Batwoman, actually,
Mhm.
for the first time, she had came under a lot of flack. They were like, we don't want to watch this. I was just talking to someone prior to the show, and they were like, yeah, it's like different and it feels like different. I was like, why does it feel different? Go ahead and tell me why it feels different. I know why you think it feels different, but let's talk about. I can tell you from an acting standpoint. Sorry, Ruby Rose, Javicia Leslie is a better actress than you are. Now, is the content change? Are we now talking about the fact that black woman? I might just call her black woman. Batwoman. She is black and that there's police brutality and all of that going on. Absolutely, but I don't understand why people have a hard time seeing something that black people live through every day.
And here's the thing, it's like if you incorporate a black character into anything, whatever it may be, it's just like these are our experiences and we shouldn't have to mute them or diminish them to make people feel comfortable. Like if you are having a black woman play a superhero Batwoman, of course she's going to experience racial discrimination. Like, hello, she's black.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Right.
why do we have to ignore that? No, I do like sometimes when they incorporate people that are POC or LGBT into things and it's not a thing. It's just like, oh, I'll just say it in passing. For example, that Pixar movie Onward,
Yeah.
where that was like,
Mm.
oh, this is the first lesbian like character, but really she just said something, the missus at home, and it was just normalized. I think
Yeah.
you have to do both. You have to just throw stuff in there and just make it normal. And then sometimes you have to address it and be like, yeah, it's not seen as normal. So we're going to talk about it.
I wonder what
Right.
happened in
Mhm.
response to the Wonder Years, the new Wonder Years.
Mhm.
That's all
Well,
black
it's
characters.
Oh yeah.
having issues. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
why can't people exist who look different? Why can't we create different iterations of things? People gave the Cosby Show, a huge like shit, back in the day because they were just. It's like you had well-educated people playing these characters, and people tend to have a problem with that. But before we go to break, I do want to give a quick shout out to Corey Gagdo Unrin, who was a three-time Olympian and she was completely disrespected by the Chicago Tribune, who literally referred to her as the wife of a Bears lineman. So really want to give a shout out to her, and we want to continue.
Oh yeah.
We want to continue to recognize women. We want to continue to recognize people of color, people that are LGBTQ, and completely give them support when no one else will. So we'll be right back after this to discuss more juicy hot topics.
You're more than just anybody. Don't give up, the future starts now. One day everyone will notice. The world is yours and you should know.
And we're out.
Whew.
We went a little longer.
I was gonna say, what was that, like 30?
I think it was like 25. 25.
So then I was like, yeah, what if we just do 2 long ones and then just like a quick little third one or whatever?
All right, pause, Adam. We're gonna go refill our drinks and.
That's what it was. Hey. Adam. Huh.
Are you horny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's Shirav?
Good. Just working.
Well, he better
Ain't nothing
make
wrong
money.
with that.
Make some money.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Wow, that was right.
You mean a whole sandwich?
I think Romania wanted a piece of bread, but we didn't have enough to share.
I thought about getting you some.
We didn't have enough to share. It's fine. After making drinks, and then we'll go back and do the second segment. I can't believe Patrick LaDonna's bitch was like, hey, he on right now. Well, tell him enjoy. Enjoy this? Actually, you got my cup, don't you? Yeah, sure. Nothing. Throw that shit out. I put some purple Kool-Aid in there.
Adam, you're missing our bread.
I made
No.
It is pretty good. It's like crusty on the
That's good.
outside, but
You need to
soft
put
in
some
the
meat on it, too. Like, you can
Mhm.
really fuck it up. That shit's good.
But that would
See,
be
I
good.
might get these cheeks. I'm gonna try to get these cheeks clapped tonight. I was talking to Dejanay, but he on his bullshit. I'm like, hey, and I'm like, I ain't got time.
You could get another piece and chop it up.
You know, I'm finna, but I didn't want everybody to see it. You need to mind your business. Wait, what did you say the difference is? Oh,
That's weird.
I'm gonna try this.
And I put honey in it too.
Oh, well, man.
Two? Oh.
See, that's why I don't eat next to you. Minding my business.
It's fun to make bread.
It's fun to get head, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. I am the bread machine.
I just love martinis. We drink one every night.
Me too.
Every night this week, we drink a martini.
Only one?
I mean, there's been a couple nights with 2 or 3, but me, I've been taking an edible every night and dying. And you know, Ashley's nose, her eyes gets red.
And they disappear.
Yeah.
Right.
I was talking about something else. I just said, well, I have a high. What are you saying, baby?
I barely keep it up.
What you eating on, Adam? It looks good.
Did some Cheetos. Mm-hmm. His mom's in there cooking. I can smell something burning. I'm like, what's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What your mama cooking?
Open the door.
I don't know.
Can't wait till you get back to your funky room. I'll get right in that bed and you're gonna go right to sleep.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
You all staying over all weekend?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna
He
be
might-
in person.
He might be gone like on Monday, and then we'll probably just meet at the stadium on Tuesday. But I don't know.
Well, you got a whole Chelsea apartment.
Yeah, we just don't like staying there because the cats run around.
Yeah, me neither.
Wow, I'm fucking this up. I can't eat no more of this. It's too good. I can't do it.
I'm just really getting into it.
Yeah, get into it. Yeah.
Get into it, yeah. Get into it, yeah. Get into it, yeah.
Wow. I killed 2 pieces of bread and like 10 pieces of cheese. It's stupid. I never lose no weight. Honestly, as long as I have this great personality, this huge dick, I'm good to go.
Oh, wow.
All you need.
That's all I need. And I have a nice ass too. That's really good. So everything is good. Shut your fucking mouth. No. Her nose flared. I saw it.
I did not.
Get into it, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, the Coke guy's here.
Oh, hell.
No, he's not. 10, 15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Nope. So let's do another 15 minutes after everybody eating, drink, you do everything. Oh, we can just wait. So I want to make sure I get Coke. But I don't. I mean, be out by 9:30, which is 8:30.
Yeah, so it's in like 25 minutes.
5 minutes. So we should do it And then I'll just get up and have to leave the conversation. It's fine. It's at 69.
I'll probably just do
these
this
are
last.
cute.
Hey, I'll just probably do this second segment, and then I might just peace out for the last part because it's only going to be a little bit anyway.
Adam,
Or,
Adam,
huh?
Eden flooded last night.
And
Mark had to go into there. Child, I don't know what they're gonna do.
It was all the furniture was wrecked.
Just the carpet. That's what Millie told me this morning. The carpets were like soaked, so they had to like take the carpets out. She was like, "I'll be in to work with you tomorrow, probably." I was like, "All right." Oh, Musty Millie.
Musty Melon. Who don't like the weather? Nobody's weather. Your prince wet too.
I'm leaving at 6. I'm not staying past 6.
Oh. It was delicious weather. You ain't gonna play by it. Everything was great on it with the cheese and everything, a little preserves, yeah. I think it went better on this one. I don't know. I fucked both of them up.
Well, I cooked that one a little bit longer to make it a little more crustier, but that one, the whole one that I'm giving y'all, is not as good as long as that one.
No.
What's going on?
But I like.
I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, Ashley's finishing her piece of bread. Everyone else is ready, and then we're going back.
We can do what it do. I'm gonna make it do what it do.
I'm gonna go to the desk and get ready.
Y'all aren't even. Oh my god! Yeah, y'all aren't even in the studio.
Yeah, we are.
No,
I mean,
I meant in the recording room.
Oh, yeah. Adam Rios is back.
Adam,
Hey.
I need you to start watching Ted Lasso.
Yeah, I know. I don't have Apple whatever though.
I do. I can give you mine. But it's like so up your alley. It's hysterical.
Yeah, I love Jason Sudeikis. So.
And then also like straight sports stuff, and the guys are cute.
What song am I playing?
Charlie XCX.
So, I'm back in. And we left off talking about good women. Come back talking about good women over there.
I gotta. Yes. Are we shooting at 15 minutes for this app? Or a second?
I would love to get Adam saying bye because it's been weird if he can't say bye.
I mean, it's fine if we want to just do like a long 30-minute segment for this,
And then be done. Yeah. We can
and then just be done.
do that.
Cause yeah, it's 20 till.
All right. Let's do it.
I wish you gave I wish you gave me a reason.
I think so. That sounds good. What's the chorus sound like?
When this is all that I've known her for, I want the better ones, 'cause they're all I know. I always let the good ones go. I always let the good ones go.
That's the best one. That's the best one.
Ones go. Ones go. I always
Huh?
Rubbing your titty?
No, he's shaking his leg.
No.
No. Well, whatever you did, you stopped.
This noise? I'm fanning myself because the AC is not on because it's loud.
We'll stop.
Well, let's hurry up because it's hot.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Good ones go. Lay you down easy.
Hello and welcome back to
Welcome
Pride
back.
Love On.
Hi.
That was Charlie's XCX.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie's
Charlie
XCX.
XCX.
Charlie
Good ones.
XCX. Her new song, Good Ones, that just came out like a second ago, and we were the first to get the exclusive here on Pride the Podcast.
Oh, I love when we get first exclusives. No, I love that. And, speaking of good women, we just left off talking about that. Olivia Rodrigo paid Taylor Swift and Paramore and gave writing credits for their songs being interpolations of hers.
Good.
This was previously done by Ed Sheeran with TLC, with Shape of You and Scrubs. And so I just wish more people would do this. And coming from, Adam and not Adam, Ashley and Braden being from musical backgrounds, what do you guys think about, do you think more musicians should do that and give respect to that?
Absolutely.
I guess fuck my drag then.
What?
You said no?
Adam,
No, because he was like, oh yeah, Ashley and Braden have a musical background, yada yada yada. But I was just fucking around.
Queen, why don't you try to give us a little duty?
Yeah, give us
Me.
Well, Adam,
No, I was gonna say, yeah, it's great that she paid them and all that. I just wish more people would do that, or even just give them a shout out, or like, hey, I was inspired by this, or hey, I'm gonna, rip this off, XYZ. Because some people do that shit and then are like, they like to play dumb, like, oh, I don't know, like, I didn't know that there was something out there that sounded like that, and it's like, come on, sis.
yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous. But listen, I think that people are starting to get more into it. And I think with her being young, she really wanted to reach out and do that. Like she was like, this is important for me. And, I'm coming up in the industry. She basically says she don't want no smoke.
They bury that and was like, here's some money.
It's also like, how many notes can you come up with? Like, music theory is based on math, and there's only so many numbers in the world. So how various can you get with a song? Okay, like it's just like comedians
but
stealing other people's jokes.
That song was very
That was
pointed.
Paramore. I was just like,
Oh yeah,
it's like part two almost. It's really felt the same. Speaking of people who need to come up with some numbers, apparently, Lady Gaga. I know that we all love her here on Pride the Podcast, but just a little note, as you guys know, did you hear about her dog walker who was, I guess, attacked or something like that a long time ago?
yeah. So he was walking her dogs, and then was held at gunpoint and robbed the dogs, and then was shot.
Yeah.
And was in the hospital, suffered severe trauma, and yeah, now he's ready to speak out because apparently she wouldn't offer him 6 months severance for everything that he had to endure. She said, nah, sorry about that, sis, but
I am a fan of Gaga, and she supports so many charities, and she has a good heart. I know her personally. We're actually related.
does she have all that, or does her team do all that?
Right.
Her brand do all that?
About Lisa Vanderpump until she cussed you out on the car.
And Erica Jane.
And
I'm still a fan of Erica Jane. I will go hard for Erica Jane until she cusses me out on the red carpet.
Right. Well,
Lady Gaga hasn't cussed me out on a red carpet yet.
She hasn't.
We actually get along fine on the red carpet.
The time is coming. I think that it's, I think the time is coming that people like Gaga, she should say something and speak out. And like Braden said, if she's a person who is not doing everything that she say that she does, and she gives a charity, she cares about people, and she cares about her team, I feel like this will be taken care of. I feel like something will happen, and it's sad that it had to take this guy speaking out. But what's unfortunate is all of Gaga's fans, her monsters as they call themselves, are on Twitter telling him he should kill himself. Leave Mother
That's-
Monster alone. Like it's just ridiculous.
Ugh.
Like
F-
Garcelle-
People's stands are the worst, especially Nicki Minaj's
Nicki
stands.
Minaj's fans will beat you up, but Beyonce fans.
They're the worst. But speaking of like, you know, celebrity drama or tea, did you see about that dude that quit his $100,000 job to go try and work for Logan Paul?
No. Oh my God, tell us about
No.
it.
Okay, so I saw this on Twitter, and it was like this 22-year-old kid from Ohio who had a $100,000 yearly job, up and quit, and drove all the way to LA, or I guess to Vegas, wherever the hell Logan Paul's latest boxing match was, and like snuck backstage, no ticket. That's the first problem, because then second, and then walked up to him and was like, hey, you know, here's my story. I quit my job. I really want to work, you know, with you, have you mentor me. And Logan Paul's like, well, what do you do? And he's like, well, I want to be an actor and I want to be in media. And he's like, I can do a TikTok dance. And he's like, yeah, you know, I perfected one of the dances. And he was like, okay, cool. But I am in no place to mentor anyone. I need a mentor. And he's like, no, man, like you can help me. And he's like, no, I'm going to have to, he was like, you and your friends should do something, like, you know. And he's like, no, man, I don't have any friends. I don't really have any family out here either. Like, I don't have a lot of friends. And he's like, no, I don't believe you. That's bullshit. So you and your friends do something, and, you know, maybe we can link up in the future or whatever, but it's a no for me, dog. And so then he takes to TikTok, where he's just blubbering, just sobbing, like so upset, like, oh, Logan Paul didn't want to work with me. And while he's sitting in his fucking G-Wagon with his $100,000 like a year, like, no one feels sorry for you, sis. Like, save your little white tears for somebody who cares.
Save your tears for someone who cares. Yeah, no.
But
Listen, people are often let down by their celebrity and people that they say never meet your celebrity and never meet who you look up to, because it doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
So sorry.
no, yeah, sorry to that man.
Sorry to-
Also, Logan Paul's a douchebag.
he's an
so-
asshole. I was
A
about-
whole douchebag.
literally about to be like, but why he going to Logan? I'm surprised, honestly, that Logan Paul wasn't ruder.
I
Then
didn't
what
even
you
know
think?
who he was until Adam brought him up 20 seconds ago, and I had to do a quick gurgle.
Gurgle.
A
Yeah.
gurgle.
And I just came to the conclusion that he and his 21 million followers on Instagram are
Kick Rock.
trash.
And his
So-
brother-
Yeah, no. And see, and that's what Twitter was upset about too, because they were like, ew, now I'm having to side with Logan Paul, who was
Right.
like, you know, hey man, like, nah, I can't help you out. Like, I'm in no position to do that. But you and your friends, like, you started up. Like, that's how me and my brother got started. We just started doing dumb shit. La, 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 la.
Are there
And
any?
he's,
is
yeah.
there even 21 million people on the planet?
Anymore.
There's 21 million people in New York, which,
That's-
by the way, I'm super glad to see that none of y'all floated away.
Oh my
I
god.
called Braden last night to check on him, and he told me, he said, I know how to swim. I said, what about your cats? He said, they better get into it.
No,
I
I'm-
was like, I was like, Braden, the cats. And I could just see Max, oh, fuck you.
I met him floated away, but like not physically.
He was lit.
Yeah, you were lit. But you didn't have any issues with flooding in your bathroom or anything?
My elevator was out of service for 4 hours.
I guess.
Sorry,
that's
me and
it.
Logan Paul are roommates.
Well,
yeah,
That one video, that guy on a floaty in
With
the
a
alleyway with smoking
the hookah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was
in
like,
his
Yo,
in
shit.
his swimsuit.
It was
did
crazy.
you see that rat jumping up and down?
Just doing swimming.
Yeah, doing somersaults in the water.
Yeah.
You see the video of 28th Street, which is like 5 blocks away from me, that like gushing,
Yeah.
Titanic, like,
See, if we would have been at your house.
Yeah.
You would have probably said,
let's
play."
go.
Yeah, you would have definitely. I thought about it.
100%.
Absolutely
I'd get my
not.
snorkel gear and I'd go on out there. But I'm telling you, the day after,
The day after
such a-
tomorrow is exactly what New York almost
Beautiful.
was, because
It was
we
so
almost
great.
Yeah.
No, remember when Hurricane Sandy or another hurricane before that? Our
Mhm.
parents were like, come back to Texas now. And we were like looking at YouTube videos of like the storm coming and like the Hudson River overflowing and then the tsunami
Mhm.
landing over New York City and the
Mhm.
Empire State
Mhm.
Building going down. Like shit gets scary around here.
Well, my
Mhm.
granny currently ain't even talking to me because she called me at the subway. She said, "Hey, I'm seeing all this news. You all right?" And I was at the subway, and I said, "I'm underground now, about to get on the train." She said, "Dorel, you need to be at the house." She said, "Where is Queens at?" I said, "Not near me." I said, "So." She said, "Nah, I believe it." Like so. In Texas right now, they're seeing the news as it was last night.
That's so
they're
nice
not
that your
seeing-
family checked on me because I didn't hear hide no hair from my family
They
saying
said, "Good luck."
they didn't say anything, Jarrell.
Mm.
I could be dead right now and they wouldn't even know.
My sister asked this morning. She DM'd the family group and was like, "Oh my God, how are your friends doing? Because the weather's like really bad." I was like, "No, I think they're all fine. They all work from home, so they didn't have to go anywhere." And I was like, "And our apartment's so far up and on the fourth floor that we ain't gonna get nothing."
We got to worry about a fire when it comes to our bitch asses because we might go down in flames. Our building stay on fire. Like I feel
Well,
like
so
it's-
does this whole world.
Yeah.
yeah, it
We've
does.
either flooded or we're on flames.
Our building
Yeah, like
fire twice.
yeah, like California, or is it California, or is it in Colorado where the fires are rampant there,
It's
and
rough.
then tornadoes in Jersey and in DC, and then flooding in New York, and it's just oh my God.
GOP. So I'm just like, are y'all looking outside? Like, if things are like about to float the fuck away, like it's really bad. It's really bad.
Well, that's what makes me nervous because about having kids because I want kids. I just now with all this shit going on, would feel sort of irresponsible for bringing in a child in all of this.
I would
There's
too.
I don't
always gonna be
know.
shit going on.
I
Though.
would
But this
too
is some
because
bad shit.
Yeah.
True, that's true though.
Are you trying to have a kid soon?
Honey, child, I can't even pay my next bill.
Right. I mean, we can get other stuff, but we can't.
Priorities.
Priorities. Yeah. I mean, listen, I love kids. I love being around them. I famously met Adam's great nephew. Yes, Adam is a great uncle for all of you wondering. He has the gray to prove it. And I met him and he fell in love with me. Didn't like Ashley so much.
Adam
But-
fell in love
How
with
dare you?
No, Adam's great nephew. Literally, he was in my lap, bouncing around. We was having a great time. Ashley was like, "All right, baby time." So she took the baby, and he immediately went into an ugly cry. Like he act like he had literally met Freddy Krueger.
All right, you exaggerating. I'm
No.
taking over the story.
No, no.
Listen, he was just a little hungry. And so by the time, I'm pretty sure he
Jarrell?
was just tired of being passed around.
Yes.
Jarrell.
So,
Passed around, hungry.
Hungry,
So-
tired, passed around.
right. So by the time
Wow.
he was over it. Once he got his little snack or whatever, the next time we were fine. We
I'd
were
like to
good.
interject in this story and say that he was in my lap and he was just fine. And then when he got to Ashley, he started crying. So
My
the
eyes
truth
are
of the-
rolled all the way in the back of my head right
You can
now.
do whatever you want to, Storm, but at the end of the day, David did not have an issue until you put him into your hands. Now, I will give you this. Later on, when you came back to, make your return, he did not cry at that point, but that was a whole 24 hours. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wait,
you,
where's that sound?
you find it?
Oh, wait.
This bitch. Honestly, Adam, get back. Get back to the
Ah.
Here we go. Ah! I got it.
She got it.
So how excited are we for the new season of The View? And who is going to replace Megan?
I don't really watch The View, so I mean, I don't really care, but I know y'all like it, so yeah,
I'm so sorry. Can we pause? Because this was going to be
So sorry.
this was going to be a big conversation for Darrell, and he has to go get drugs.
Oh. Yo. That preserve?
Girl. It's apricot and raspberry. Who would have mixed the two?
Mm.
I do. When I'm like on my diet and I don't eat sugar and I need like a go-to, I'll go get 2 like little teaspoons of. It's oh my God, it's so good. This is for Tyler. Wow. Adam,
Wow.
what you doing?
Sit in this hot ass room.
That's nice. So when you get back, can we plan like a little getaway afternoon to the aquarium?
Sure.
I really want to go.
Afternoon delight.
Okay, cool.
Hold on, I'm texting. Let's see what my phone's at. All right.
If you wanna be. Don't apologize. All right.
Sorry, Adam. I'm back. Great to ask questions.
Just restart from there, and then I can just edit it out.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna press play. I'll just.
And we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Mhm.
3, 2, 1.
So I'm so excited now that it's September that The View is coming back. I'm obsessed, and I'm not sure out of the candidates who is going to land the job to replace Meghan McCain. Do we know who the candidates are?
No.
No.
Give them to us.
Okay.
Here we go.
Darrell, over to you.
This is Darrell Anthony with a live update from The View. I have been in contact with the one and only Brian Teta, who is the executive producer of The View, and he has given me the following names: Condoleezza Rice,
Oh.
S.E. Cupp, Ebony K. Williams, and more. They will all be, and Cindy McCain is actually going to be as one of them as well. They're all going to be joining The View in this new season. I see it as an audition season. The women I named are the women of importance and the ones I would like to see take over the title. They are also this year for The View doing a View podcast. They got the idea from us. It's great. Brian called me. He's so excited. And they're going to have all the View people of the past actually be a part of the podcast. And starting on Fridays, every person who co-hosted The View in the past will be a guest, with Miss Star Jones being first up.
Okay,
So,
Star Jones.
I'm wondering if
Wow.
on Fridays, or is she on Fridays?
So that was my humongous question.
Mhm.
All of these candidates are great. Love every single one of them. They lean more conservative. Anna Navarro leans conservative as well.
Yeah.
She's a normal guest on Fridays. She sits in because Whoopi doesn't do Fridays. So,
She's whooping.
and she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Right.
Why did they not consider Anna Navarro to be a permanent host?
Well, I think it's a personal issue because Anna, since they're coming back into the studio, Anna lives in Miami. Her home is Miami. So
Right.
she has to fly in every Thursday to do that, and I don't think she's willing to relocate to New York City.
But she's also a CNN political commentator, and they film in Washington D.C., so she flies in for that.
Well, I don't. Well, yes, they do. But Anna, actually, I was looking into that. She's actually been recording that pretty much at home on her green screen thing
Interesting.
the entire time. So
That's what I was gonna say. It's probably a scheduling issue. Like there, she was like, I literally just can't make that like every day. Like I have other shit to do.
right, and I
But
think that her
she
voice.
can move
is-
to me.
You want her to move. You love Anna.
I love
I
Anna.
love Anna too. I think that
Meh.
Adam does not like Anna. I think it'll be very interesting seeing how this season goes into effect. Considering Megan is gone, and we'll see what the political talks are going to be and who's going to argue. I mean, The View has became the #1 watch talk show in America.
Mhm.
People tune in partly because of the information, and the other part, they love to see the women squad.
Drama.
The Talk used to be up against them, but the Talk now actually just added an NFL player. His name escapes me, to the cast today because Elaine Wentworth, she's out. So they've changed their complete thing because it was supposed to be about women every day and mothers, and they completely changed that. So now it's men and women panel. The Real is still going strong. With
Elaine is not a part of it anymore.
Elaine just quit this week.
Aw,
So Elaine
like
quit. Carrie Ann Inaba quit. A lot
Oh,
of them,
yeah.
they are
Sorry.
feeling quit based off of what happened with Sharon Osbourne because now other things are starting to come out about that. Not that Sharon wasn't wrong. But now it's starting to look like some women had different conversations and text messages, and it's getting a little messy. So it'll be interesting to see how that season takes off. But The Real is going strong with Garcelle Bouveau. She's doing great on there, but not doing so great on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, apparently, because Dorit was coming after her.
She's doing
And
great.
I think she's doing great, but
Y'all think so?
I-
I'm not loving Garcelle this season.
why are you not loving
Why?
herself?
I think she's being mean. I think she's overstepping. I think she's being too nasty. I think she doesn't have a heart. I think she's.
What do you see?
I think she understands the assignment.
I think she understands.
Very that. Very that.
What you see,
Oh.
because with Garcelle, here's the thing. Let's back it up because I'm assuming it's coming from the Erica, like how I feel like it's not there for Erica. Here's the thing. Erica has literally every season. Let's start with her. So Dorit, you say too much stupid shit. You say too much bullshit.
Right.
Let's talk about when she popped off on Eileen
Is that wrong
Davidson.
for her to say?
No, I'm not saying it's wrong.
Oh.
I'm just saying that let's talk about Erica because Dorit was like, Garcelle, you're a bully, and used that term. And I'm like, well, Erica's been bullying people the way she made Teddy. I mean, not that she told Teddy, you shut the fuck up, but she knows who to
Yeah,
try
but
that with.
they haven't been going through what Erica's going through. Erica's literally going through the worst possible thing
This
that
was prior
anybody.
to that because according to Erica,
Exactly,
prior to that,
right.
her marriage was great.
But you think
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Garcelle is being the least supportive?
Yeah, well, not maybe the least supportive. I actually think Sutton is the least supportive.
I think people have
And
questions.
I think Sutton's being the least supportive because she was like, I can't be anywhere around this. I can't be associated with your mess. You got dust all over my shit now.
But Brayden, they're not. This is great. I'm glad we're talking about this. They're not wrong. What Dorit said last night, finally, she fucking opened her mouth, is like, anytime an article is written about Erica in this situation, they say Erica Jane of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with castmates. Like most articles, that's how they're written out. So their names are tied into this, even if they're not anywhere a part of it.
I
Like-
completely disagree.
Because of,
I
mean,
mean,
Alright.
it's
fact-
being discussed on their show.
it's being discussed on their show.
Why
And
wouldn't
now
it be?
people-
Because it's
No,
Erica's
I'm
life.
saying, of course, but it's like their names are inevitably
Like-
in.
like-
Tied in.
Listen, I love
So
not against Erica, but Erica can't say she cannot see how it doesn't tie to them when in fact, literally every article is real. I mean, they said
But
the
also,
rise and fall of
Erica,
well,
Erica goes shopping. I guess are those the clerks that check out her clothes? Are they?
no, that's not even. You can't akin that to that.
That's not a
Erica
good
goes-
That's not a good
comparison.
comparison.
So,
I-
but what's happening is because they discuss it on the show and
Yeah.
they're associated because they could easily get subpoenaed. What did you do? What did you know?
There was
What's
How
an-
wrong-
long have you known this?
no,
What's
there was
wrong
an-
with the subpoena?
because
You know?
first of all, Erica's starting to leave out things and not be completely honest. And if she was going to be completely honest, she should have said from the jump, Tom was knocked out for 12 hours.
She was
because of-
protecting Tom.
Well, that's the problem.
That's her problem.
She was in love with him, and she was He was her
No.
husband,
But
and
she
she
wasn't
didn't.
because she literally said how mean he was and that she wanted to be out of that marriage 5 years ago.
You
but she
can't
could not.
judge someone from what they say while they're in a toxic marriage.
She-
They're in a
she's out
toxic
of the-
marriage.
Okay.
You
but
just
she's-
were pointing to something that she said years ago.
No,
she was still
said
in that
this
marriage.
2 episodes ago when her and Crystal and them were sitting outside, and she said
That he had a head injury, and years ago
No,
she
no,
said
no.
it was an ankle injury.
She said correct, but I'm also saying that she sat there and specifically said that I wanted to get out of this marriage 5 years ago, but I could not because
Right.
I wanted to have money to spend on my own.
Right. What's
And-
wrong with that?
And literally, the thing is, Erica has to understand where everybody else is coming from too. I love Erica. I support Erica, but like Erica, I mean, these articles. I mean, ABC literally wrote an article saying that well, she's close with the Fox Sports because they have this thing called the Fox Force 5 with her, Lisa Rinna, Kyle, for some reason Teddy and Dorit. And they're like, is the Fox 4-5, were they a part of this as well? Because they had XYZ and they got matching, like, and it's media and it's bullshit. I know it's bullshit, but like, that's what they're meaning by, hey, our names are wrapped up in this. And I think
Right.
what would help is if they would take a breath and be completely like, Erica, this is what it is, as opposed to all the other shit. Because I understand why she's getting mad, because they're not making sense. And also, they're doing a TV show. They're throwing people. They're throwing it on the bus. And Erica's
That's
like,
part of the problem
part
is
of it.
that like you have to break the fourth wall to be like in reality. It's just like, okay, well, Erica, like the whole Garcelle thing, it's like, Erica, you're saying this on a television show, but you're not okay that Garcelle repeated it. So that's when that fourth wall comes in. And it's just like,
and Crystal-
okay, do
and-
we want to pretend like the cameras aren't here and like Garcelle revealed a secret that like nobody knew and really all of America knows?
And Crystal, and Crystal said Garcelle wasn't there at that point, but like, and I really hope Andy or somebody at the reunion be like, Erica, you still had your mic on, so we were still going to get that footage. So either it was going to air, and then we do like a make you look crazy, or it was going to come up. I don't think Garcelle's necessarily being messy. I actually think her and Erica are a lot alike. I agree with her in that aspect.
But Erica's not mad at Garcelle.
She's not anymore. She's like, because she was tweeting, she said she got a problem now. She tweeted her last night that she has something to discuss with Kyle because people are like, if you're going to be mad, also be mad at Kyle because Kyle, Dorit only asked Boy George and PK advice. Kyle actually went to a lawyer and I love me some Kyle Richards, but she went to a lawyer just like fucking Sutton did. And,
She did.
and Erica tweeted, she said, we're going to address that, best believe. So like, Erica just needs to make sure she's upset with everybody who's questioned it because everybody showed up to that meeting, including Lisa Rinna, as much as I love her, and sat around and discussed how they were uncomfortable.
Well, Erica Jane gave $165,000 to Lisa Rinna's daughter for a clothing line.
Well, Lisa Rinna just retracted that. So that just came out. So Lisa Rinna just tweeted. When I was on my little break, I just saw Lisa Rinna tweeted and she said, why this was not the case. This is not what happened. It's like, so who is coming up? Like, if people keep saying that Erica did X, because she was just sued for $25 million last week. But then she tweeted that Erica Girardi was sued, not Erica Jane. And I'm like, all right, Erica, like, honestly, in this case, you got to stay off Twitter.
I love it. I love it.
Listen, I love
My
Erica.
girl is not going down. I will loan her $25 million.
You don't have it.
Just to get through it. I can find it.
You won't.
I have all the credit cards in the world. I'm a Delta Sky Miles member.
None of that will work. You can ask Ashley though, because she got it. Baby, she worth it.
Ooh.
You can
Maybe
buy
she's
her-
Maybelline.
But you know who just came into $100,000?
Ooh.
Miss Kylie Sonique Love.
Yeah, she did.
Bam, 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 bam. Oh wait. Hold on.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Yes, queen. She's the winner of All Star 6.
Let's talk about it as soon as we come back from this break.
All right.
Because I got a lot to say. I probably shouldn't say anything. Huh? I'm gonna cry. I'm probably gonna hold a little funeral.
I mean, listen, I got the most pictures with Erica and anybody in this room.
I just
And
can't believe it. I don't think that I honestly
don't-
in my
here's the
heart.
thing.
No,
don't.
I don't
I thought we were gonna just do two. I'm sorry. I thought we were just gonna do 2 segments.
Knew about the fuck
Hold
shit.
on, Adam. Let me turn your thing on.
I don't think
She didn't know
From
about
what
the kids.
anybody that I've talked to, nobody thinks that she knew that.
Hey, I kind of need to go if I'm gonna make this thing, but because I thought we were only gonna do two long segments.
Oh, let's just come back from it and like finish out, or you can go.
Well, I mean, I thought you just wanted me to, be like, all right, bye.
Yeah,
But
What do you want to do?
because
we can just do this last segment.
Well, then let's just do our quick third segment. Actually, our third music.
Do we want another song?
um
What about Lizzo and
party. That's fine. So let's give a shout out to Stark Housewives. Let's say for Greg Lee.
No, we were talking about. I said we were going to talk about whatever when we came around. So neat.
Kylie.
So let's do Sneak, and then after that, we want to give a shout out to Nene and Greg, and then get out of here.
Functional team to collaborate without constraints. Use our pre.
They don't know I do.
ready?
Yeah.
And 3, 2.
They don't know I for the culture. Goddamn. They say I should watch the shit I post. Oh goddamn. Say I'm turning big girls into hoes. Oh goddamn. They say I get groupies at my shows. Oh goddamn. All the rumors are true, yeah. What you heard, that's true, yeah.
All right.
All right, welcome back, and that was Rumors by not Lindsay Lohan, but Lizzo and Cardi B. And it seems like it seems like
I
the
used to
rumors
get
might be true
down.
about not only Erica Jane, but also Kylie Sonique Love winning RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 6. So, how do you feel about it, guys?
I'm excited. I think it's great.
I'm excited. I think there's a lot. I think that there's a PR part of it. I also believe that Drag Race has completely changed because and not just completely changed as a whole, but there's something that happened, I feel like a long time ago. Drag Races became more about the lip sync because you can be great in a challenge and you could do great all season long, but it really comes down to the lip sync. Like who really thought, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, that Sasha Velour was going to win that whole season? I never thought that.
No.
And I saw she did kind of okay. She was okay. She wasn't bad, but she wasn't somebody that I thought was a top contender. And I think
Really?
I didn't. I mean, she
I
wasn't.
thought she was
Okay.
a top contender, but I thought she would be like second.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, a lot of it comes down to the lip sync for Rue and how you can impress her with that.
You think Kylie did an impressive lip sync?
I think for RuPaul, that moment, that save that she did when she pulled over, for Rue.
When she made a mistake?
No, when she tripped over somebody because they was laying on the floor like they were supposed to be.
Because she put her there.
I'm surprised to hear you talk this way, Brayden. Usually you're all gung ho for Miss Kylie because I thought you were her biggest fan.
I love Kylie Sonika. I just hate RuPaul's Drag Race. I think it is completely overproduced. I think it's completely all about the story and what the good, as Darrell was saying earlier, the PR, like what good PR they're going to get out of it. I do not think
True.
Kylie was the most talented person in the top 10. That's just my opinion, but my opinion doesn't matter because I'm at RuPaul.
No, I will agree with you though in terms of like it is very produced and like
It's weird that it wasn't, in my opinion, if we're going off wins, it's weird it wasn't Raja or Ginger. Because if we're talking wins of challenges,
like track record.
I don't really worry about the track record. I worry about the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
but I mean,
Well, I feel like that is encompassed with the track record. Like the more wins you have, the more cunt you are. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
Like they're like I don't think Kylie should have won that one challenge. I don't think Raja should have won that one challenge. I don't think whatever should have won that whatever challenge. Like it's all very in the moment. Whoever Rue thinks should win at that given time in the storyline.
I mean, the show's called RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right.
Hello.
Who do you feel should have won this season?
It's not who I feel who should have won. I guess who I think is the most talented. I was thinking Ginger and Eureka were going to be the top two, and I was honestly rooting more for Eureka, but would have thought Ginger would have won.
I think that they.
Yeah.
good as well. I mean, a
Mm.
lot of people thought that. I think that this reminds me of the conversation you and I had in college about reality shows. And
Yes.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember when I had to break Braden's heart
I was like,
that
no.
Housewives was produced.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
just not reality.
it's not.
Most
but
of it is not.
Most
I
of
hate
and
that.
unfortunately, I mean, that's what we are. And that's what kind of shows, and they're only going to continue to produce.
Yeah, it's
Lisa-
only going to get more produced.
So a little behind the scenes. So I was talking to a very reputable source over at Days of Our Lives, and Lisa Rinna spoke about how they told her to do the glass breaking, the infamous glass break in Amsterdam,
Mhm.
and they actually did it twice because it was a whole thing. So that's when we talk
I
about.
hate this shit.
That's-
Bruh.
Oh no, Braden's a little. You just blew his birthday cake out.
So
Yeah.
it was very much like let's do this.
But how do you get Kim Richards to react that way twice?
No, so the issue was Kim and Lisa were really mad at each other, but the first time Lisa did it, they didn't feel it was effective. So Kim was still talking to her, and they were still arguing, and so Lisa got another glass and did it again. So
it's like one take.
The argument wasn't the argument was real, but it was multiple times to get that glass break and that iconic, like the
I
whole
hate this
Eileen
shit.
doing Beast, like she knows it was her. She was like, yeah, I know, we know.
I mean,
Like,
that episode with Erica the other night,
last night was
she
crazy.
was acting
She
her
said,
ass
"Look,"
off.
She
She
said,
said,
look,
Dorit,
look,
look at me.
look at my life.
Come
and
on.
I'm like, yeah, bitch, you eating caviar
Look at
pie.
my life.
You sitting in Kathy Hilton's home, and you're doing great. Like when people like that say, look at my life is just so horrible.
Y'all thought that was acting?
Yeah, it was acting.
Oh.
Erica Jane,
There is the situation is real and there's pain behind that, but at the same, you can multitask. You know, you're on a TV show.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but she
they
also was
previously
under
met.
so many antidepressants.
They met with Erica.
I'm aware.
That too.
It's a mixture of both. It's not all fake, but it's definitely not all real.
They
Like
do have
it's
to
a
meet with them
mixture.
prior to hand and say what they're doing in the episode. Like the camera ain't just. Erica don't just wake up at the camera in front of her face. Like they got a call time.
Well, she also has a $25 million glam squad
that she is now being sued about. So, which she had to pay back to her husband's firm. So Erica is not waking up with a camera. I think that we think of reality in the beginning that like, oh, someone's really just following this person around. No, they have call times. They said, Erica, so today we have a dinner at Kathy's, and there are some unresolved issues between like you and Sutton. So we're gonna put your place card right next to hers. Like all that's planned. Like, because in reality, who have you ever been mad at that you want to go sit right next to and have a scene with, like, or talk to?
Yeah.
Like, that's just crazy.
That is definitely
the camera
production.
was set up that way so they could get the right shot and get the tear, and that's why she said, Garcelle, don't wipe my tear. Like, she needed that. Like, that's why they zoomed in on it. So it is very heavily produced, and so we just have to give respect to all of it. I think all reality is just taking a step outside, but that's why a lot of the housewives, such as famously Teresa Giudice, get so upset because she's like, that was really happening to me. My ass really went to jail, but y'all still made a mockery out of it on this TV show, which I knew that's what I signed up for. However, y'all could have like gave us a break, and they didn't because Andy said get the footage.
Well, I appreciate Andy.
to get in the footage.
It is just so good.
Well, I would love to have my core 4 friends back with me on Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live. So I am going to set the arrangements and we're going back, baby. Open bar. We're going to do it, Corey. You're going to have the best experience of your life.
We're going to get litty.
We're going to get lit. We're going to black out. It's going to be great. So we're going to do that very soon. And hopefully, well, we could do it for Erica, but Erica is not doing any press this season.
We should pitch ourselves.
Well, I've done that, and I think Andy went to see something else. So I don't know.
Well, I got something else if need be.
Well, we'll see.
You got your OnlyFans link ready to go?
No, I don't have OnlyFans, and I don't have Just for Fans or whatever.
I know that's
all
right,
this
but you
shit
sure
is.
do know the links, so you've been clicking.
No, I know it just because it's been hot in the press. Like, are they sex working? Like,
They are, yeah.
Are they not? Or what's going on?
The answer is yes.
listen,
And then they backtracked because they realized, oh yeah, we're gonna lose billions doing this. So
Yeah.
show your hole, not my problem.
Speaking of sex work, Darrell, take us out.
Well,
hey man, work is work. You gotta make that money.
don't let it make you. Before we go, I do want to give a shout out to, since we were talking Bravo, to Nene and Greg Leaks. Nene did lose Greg after a tumultuous battle with cancer that he had. He was 66 years old. Everyone that I've seen coming out with stories and posts says Greg was the nicest man, and he never let any of the drama of the show affect his relationship with any of the other women or any other house husbands. So shout out to Nene, her family, Brett, everybody. It's very horrible. Also, congratulations to Carl Nassib as the first out NFL player to be signed to a regular season roster. So we're really happy for that as well. And are y'all listening to the new ABBA music coming out soon?
Oh my God, of course. I love ABBA.
Super excited. They're coming out with their first song and in 40 years, new album, which is coming this November, I believe. So
I cannot wait.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be-
Yeah.
I have loved this episode. I'm so happy that we were all back together. Adam, thank you for joining us. We can't wait to see you in person.
Yes.
As always.
This was fun. I missed it.
Yes, I know you did, bitch. I know you missed it.
You
You
also missed my homemade bread that I brought for the green room.
I know. That's why I was like, save me a piece
We'll save you
or a
some.
loaf.
all
Or
right.
a loaf.
A loaf. You won't beloaf it. That's
Oh my God. We
our-
still need to come up with that. Yeah.
we
That's
do,
so
we do.
that's in the works.
Yeah, something is coming. But guys, please follow me on all social media. I am Darrell Anthony Instagram, Darrell Anthony on everything else. You can Venmo me at Darrell Anthony. Love you guys so much, and we can't wait to see you next week.
And it's me, Ashley Mitchell. You can follow me at Ashley Aaron M, and you can Venmo me at Ash Aaron M. And also, I want to give a shout out to Kitchen Island Tea podcast, my mom's podcast. So they just won the Capital City Web Awards for Best Host.
They beat
Congratulations, you're number one.
us. Wanna thank you for a job
Yes.
well done.
And thank you,
Well
Anthony
done.
Anderson, for nominating us for our for best show. And maybe next time, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing is always creating a space for us by us. Like
Mhm.
Fubu.
Fubu.
Come on, Fubu.
And I'm Mr. Braden Bradley. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Braden Bradley. And shout out to all the Texas women who are having their rights taken away from them by the second. Praying for you all.
Yes, and I'm Adam Andrew Rios, and it was great being back. I do want to say thank you guys for that special shout out for my sister on the last ep. That was really sweet. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at BoxWinePoppy with a 0. My Twitter is not safe for work, so just be aware of that. You can Venmo me at Adam A. Rios because I'm broke. So, and my birthday was just like 2 weeks ago, so help a brother out.
Help a brother out. Okay. Oh,
And, and as always, call us at 844-25
Pride.
We'd love to hear from you. Comments, questions, no concerns.
and no concerns. And honey, if you need fucking merch, we got it. Check out our merch on the DNR website. We have shirts, we have mugs, we have a lot of shit. Get your bags, get your things.
Be proud of being you.
365 days a year. Thank you guys again for tuning in to Pride the Podcast, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye.